sina oke mmụọ ji maka mere ma jee n'ebe a sị na amalite ọ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo 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 mụ na chi oke mmụọ ji maka mere ịma ya si na ama mma oke mmụọ ji maka mere ma jee n'ebe a sị na ọ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo ọkwụ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo ọ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo ọkwụ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo mụ na chi oke mmụọ ji maka mere ịma ya si na ama mma oke mmụọ ji maka mere ịma ya si na ama ọ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo ọkwụ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo na-ahụ na ije n'obodo ọkwụ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo mụ na chi oke mmụọ ji maka mere ịma ya si na oke mmụọ ji maka mere eje n'ebe a sị na amalite ọ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo 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 mụ na chi oke mmụọ ji maka mere eje n'ebe a sị na amalite oke mmụọ ji maka mere eje n'ebe a sị na ọ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo ọkwụ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo ọ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo ọkwụ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo mụ na chi oke mmụọ ji maka mere ome ihe a sị na ama oke mmụọ ji maka mere ma jee n'ebe a sị na amalite ọ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo ọkwụ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo ọ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo ọkwụ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo mụ na chi iji maka mere onye amụma wee mee ihe sị na iji maka mere eje n'ebe a sị na amalite ọ na-ahụ na ije n'obodo 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 mụ na chi Igbo bụ Igbo Igbo bụ Igbo birikwenụ ya ụtụtụ ọma ehihie ọma mgbede ọma dịka ndị New York time zone anyị ya dịka echi maka na echi adịghị agwụ agwụ ka anyị na-agwa ya ọ COMON is soluble. What are you waiting for? Click the like button. Subscribe, comment, share. If you are just coming across our channel for the very first time, you are welcome. This is Kelena TV. We are live and we are direct, bringing you the gospel of redemption by your doorstep. Define a met with common sense. The reason I'm running a marifa. Imo ifakara, marifa kara, gas school. I'm not making a check well. I just want to make common sense as always. It is going to be a quick one. We may open the studio for you to come in. When I open the studio for people to call in. Or should I say now, coming into the studio now, a whole lot of people have commented and we move from here. Sunday, no, Makamele, happy new week, everyone. Jawasi, no, Makamele, Chinemere, no, Makamele, Jawasi, Dalo, Dona, no, Kenneth, no, so and we move. I'm going to move for I work about opening studio, opening mic for people to call in. Masina one day I like it, yeah. Masina coming into the studio, or maybe I want to contribute. Come on, want to contribute. You can just come in. See, decay. I'm not advice. You can come in. According to the Nigerian, Jerry Nigerian, on what advice you can come in and advise us. Adere amasi ifo wa amasi. Anyị mana anyị chọrọ nwere onwe like say tomorrow no day. Mana anyị ga-adị ndụ na arụ ike while waiting for the recognition day, which we believe, hopefully, in no distant time from now. No, God, I want to calm down. I saw the meeting book because I will come back again. Here we go. Yes. Daniel, no, if I actually discuss both the hope of a common man, nobody will go. The hope of a common man. If ever you hope, nobody will go. Because you don't have any also. You don't have any also. The most important thing, ndị ọzọ na-emegara anya bụ ọdịmma ndị befa. Ọdịmma ndị befa ka ndị ọzọ na-emegara anya. Mana nke a ya abụrụ the same. Nke a abụrụ the same. to Nigeria. And it is not okay. Ako onye wetara iburukwu bịa ike ichekwa ọchị adị ọkwa na iburukwu bịakwa ike ichekwa ọchị adịrọ m. You mean that nobody is perfect. Everyone have come fully with his stand that Mazin Nani can be strong. So Iki Church Adron. Iki Church Adron. Iabo until on I got a fine agabiga or even the fine agabiga abroad. Or my message. Some people not abroad depend negotiate Nigeria for their survival. This is something in the matter. Some of our brothers and sisters in abroad. Some of our brothers and sisters in abroad depend on negotiate Nigeria for their survival, like their day-to-day needs. We go to Nigeria. So their day-to-day life, we go to Nigeria. You gotta go. Some people on abroad, they go and spend their abroad, we get back to Nigeria. They will call the money from home. So they use the money will find. They will call another from home. Some of them they buy abroad, they don't make 1 naira. They never hand abroad. I know some of you will be shocked hearing this, but that is the truth. Some of them they buy abroad. Ego na apụta from obodo bongo kapasị ego ife eji asa eze ego si bongo. That is akpọkọta ego from buy erigide the money ọgwụ akpọkọta another one. Erigide kwe ọgwụ akpọkọta another one. You got to go. So if I need to read discuss both the hope, the faith, olileanya, the common man. Omeka nne will know the Ojenama no the That is the only thing. The only thing that matters to them, both the structure, the name, so that the money will keep coming. In a woven freedom, that is your business. So the hope or the faith, Olilanya, the common man, the Nigeria. And we all know that nature hates vacuum. What you are seeing in Nigeria today, but if a vacuum, joblessness, or unemployment, leadership failure, cause Gronimo would have gone, oh yeah, they pay now for today. The would have failed Ugrone. Victoria, no, everything in upon over the bongo, everything from A to Z. Before one in upon over the bongo. If I have evidence, now the system, it collapse. Everything over in upon Forget, yeah, some people will not understand. The reason why ojiji aja ekwepa nghọta bụ maybe na ha aka aghọtarọ. Some people will pretend as if no nwere ife na-eme. The reason is because na fa nọ n'ọchịchị. So some people have different reasons why they are saying that all is well. And those reasons either na benefit from it, or na that all is well out of emotion because their brother is a governor or a senator, which directly or can what if I benefit from it? Okay. Some people not in China or SN Diego hello the Ongwafe Fabatan Zama na Nigeria SN the Quego ndị nke a dị iche, ndị nke a nọkwa into business let me their business na-agbata nzama. That one they understandable. Enwere ndị bụ na they are not into business, especially some of them ga-anọ into or n'ime obodo some countries eji buying and sell or selling wee mara. Ndị nke a bụ ife ọbụla ha gachatara na social media bụ ebe fa na-ejide aka wee na-atachigodi. O nwere ndị nọ na any trouble okomoko fa amaghị ya ọrụ. So ife anyị na-agbaga ebe na everything you see happening n'obodo Bongo is an evidence na the obodo have failed you. And olileanya adịrọ like India, some people ka ya arụkwa by jump up arụkwa ọrụ street na-atachikwe nwezikwe ndị nọ o nwere ndị nọ before fe rie nri their prayer ya bụ ka onye be anyị ka police or immigration jide ya ka akpọọ fa ka fa ga belụ onye be anyị ndị uwe ojii ji. You know what that is before fe rie nri their prayer na-abụ ka onye be anyị nwee nsogbu ka akpọọ fa ka fa ga belụ onye ka fa gbata obere nsa. You know what? So that is that. So obodo ife niile na-apụ n'obodo Bongo bụ na hope adịrọ. There is no hope for the common man. Ọ ya wetara eji egbu ọtụtụ mmadụ ebe ọbụla. I saw a news, was it yesterday? Ebe a tụrụ ogbunigwe n'afịa. Some newspapers si na-egbuere mmadụ 200 and some newspapers si na 50, some si na 20 something, some si na ife a bụ mistake ka ndị jere ọrụ a gara wee mee mistake drop ogbunigwe n'afịa. The state government si na ọ bụ the mistake n'afịa na Boko Haram have taken over the afịa. So if na o nwere ike ọ bụrụ mistake mana ka the state government nwekwa ike ịnọkwa in good book with the central government. Fa ga-achọrọ ife ha ga-ekwu to back up their oga from Abuja ka ha na oga ha na Abuja dị na mma. People are na-anwụsịsị. And those things only point towards one direction. And that direction, Now the system or na the obodo have failed them. Can it the hope or the faith of the common man in Nigeria? And whether any hope? Or many of them you were because la nature hates vacuum. If what is happening in Obodo Bongo or the way Obodo Bongo Siaga, if it continue everywhere, every household either convert here to a church or mosque. That is the truth. The way if it continue, every church, every home, either convert here to church or every Christian. Not that they are praying. They are praying. Kafadindo. Then, not that they are praying for them to become a better person. They are not praying to become a better person. They are just praying for praying's sake. In fact, many of them they don't even know the meaning or what it means to be a Christian. Some of them are going Islam because of the situation, the condition. And I want to use this opportunity to wish my Thailand people Happy New Year. Happy New Year in the Thailand. Yes. So, the kind of if I were to if name obodo bongo jema na the obodo have failed us, and nobody is doing anything to salvage the obodo. Nobody is doing anything to save the obodo. Benchi kadalo aso chukwu no. Chinemere dalo. There is something that is happening, and Kaigare say no we feature in the video name from India, because there is a report. There is this thing that I am thinking, my opinion though, as I am on the street. Nandi no India na-esuzi onwe imi. Ndị no India na-esuzi onwe imi. Not just among them in India. Fa na-esuzi onwe imi across border. Ndị no India must be careful. No dịka ndị no India na-esuzi onwe imi across border. Across border mean abụkwa from ndị ha na India nwere border. No, across border from India to obodo Bongo. Ọ bụrụ na ị na-emebetụ ọfụma na India, i wee na obodo Bongo. If you are not careful, ụmụnne gị ndị gị na nọ n'India ga-esu gị imi n'obodo Bongo, ekonye ya enu enu n'obodo Bongo. That is ị na-emebe ọfụma na wee megide na obodo Bongo. Report will come from India. Face way imi. Report will come from India. Face way imi. Ekoli in obodo Bongo. This is, let me not say this is what is happening, but Omego Nkemelo, and ma know the news. After hearing the news, as well, no we following. If we don't know, if we don't put one or two together, I got the report, and I told the person, hear him the report. See, this thing may be coming from India. This thing may not directly. This thing may not directly be coming from over the Bongo. Report if I'm not where you go see India. So if we go many people are not aware. Give me a second, please. There is something that I need to fix from here. So I want to that we are our own problem. Don't get it twisted. In India, they can see only from India to Bongo. What I think, I may not be correct. Mano onye ifemero, bonye bagay mo pota. The person we now call what he think. Makana, when I hear that news, so the hope, the faith of an average Bongorian, nobody observe their target, their mission of the politicians. Can be one to upgrade the life of their citizens. Manobodo Bongo, oh yeah, wetara. Ijiafo okuberechi onoka everywhere. Yet there is no fear of God in them. Ya wetara ijiafo otutu okuberechi ndị isi an n'obodo Bongo. Yet there is no fear of okuberechi Father Edebianso. Churchianity without Christ. All Makana would have failed. Yahweh, Igaoka, Igano Kunimo Noka, Onagaroka, a Zuru phone, a Zuru wallet, a good Zura. What? There is no fear of God, Nemo Noka. That is because you would have failed you. And a Zugi de Ziori, Zunimo Noka. And a Zugi de Ziori, Zuna Mosque. Churchianity without Christ. All that when they not altar pastors. Yaka kelena TV jakofa Pentecostal mafia. They don't send you a message. Telling you about heaven or about Abraham, that you are going to make it. That you are going to make it. They are not telling you that is it. Father, I you to believe that you must make it. You know what? Father, what is your job? Father, I preach no. The system, survival of the fittest, India. All of them, they are more interested in it. It is an evidence that the obodo have failed you. Then if you can do work now, get the prices of if in a day to day life, if in a n'obodo dị mma ebe ndị ọcha na-esi agbakọba obodo ịdị mma bụ first na nri ọnụ, second transportation. More than these two things they have before ekwubere okwu bills, more than these two things they have, obodo adịrọ mma be that. One, ị ga-eri nri ọnụ wee gbaa transport. From there ka ị ga-esi get water service, ị ga-eji kwụzie bills. More than these two things say be very difficult for you to afford. The obodo enwee n'echi. That is the truth. Obodo enwee n'echi, and obodo bụ nga enwee n'echi. Mana some of you have aka aghọtara. Ọ ya wetara eji emepesa ụka everywhere. Ya wetara ị ga-eji aga ụka onye debe fon before o jee itinye offering chigata ga-ama na-ewere fon ya wa ị gaa ịbaba ime mosque n'oge na-adịghị anya ọ ga-emezi ịbaba mosque ị na-aba ịtachasị akpụ ụkwụ gị, ị nwere ike gaa ya na lailon tinye ya ebe a before ịbanyere, maka na ịrapụ ya n'iro o nwere ndị bịara izuru ya. The obodo have failed. N'obodo ndị ọzọ one fail e ga-enwerịrị side a ga-esikwe wee chọba ntụ eji esi gaa paachị ya nwanne nnọọ. Mana nke obodo bụ ngo every sector is failing and they continue to fail. Enwere anybody ọbụla na-manage transportation. Ife ndị na-agba transport na-eme bụ they fix their price according to ego never by fuel. They fix their price, number two, according to hold of who's wedding. They fix their price, number three, according to those when we heavy rain. They fix their price, number four, according to crowd who put out a boss who's wedding. They fix their price, number four, according to those when we back road. Nobody manage transport sector. So ndị nwere moto fix their price according to what they saw or what they see. Ụbọchị ọbụla papụtara na main road now, that day they decide whatever it is. Whatever they face each day determines how much they are going to charge you. It's not their business. That is your business. And the worst part of it is that you don't have anywhere to complain to. You don't have who to complain to. Now, why are they doing this thing to us? Or what are they complaining to? Why is the transportation companies doing this thing to us? You don't have anywhere to complain to. It's an error. And then an evidence nobody have told you. You decide how much you got charged. Fellow struggling Bongorians. Huh? The same people that is struggling with you. Even the motor, in a crowd, your price. Their suffering now becomes your opportunity to make money. It's an error. And the each system have failed you. Am I blaming you as a transport owner? I am not blaming you. A man put up fuel for 1,000 naira on the bad road, and somebody is expecting you to carry them for free. A man put a buru moto. Now this high cost of spare parts. Buru moto. Where you are for Christmas. I don't blame you. But I blame the system. That is why at times I don't blame the pastors. Because the system called them into ministry, not God. The frustration then called them into ministry. And when we touch is everywhere, something I describe or called Pentecostal mafias, churchianity without Christ is an error. And another problem, it will be very difficult for even you even about revolution. Very, very difficult. Very difficult. Everybody is struggling for even you revolution. Why? Because now the little things see for today, citizens, bunde suffering, we with ya. Will not even affect the leaders. In fact, if your fellow struggling Bongolian, or if you are even if you have if I'm doing one about revolution, the judge in Nigeria. But everything over if it's 3G, we make revolution. Or if your fellow Barambo Tafu, we with it. Tribalism so. Malimeda tribalism ama mechakuya. Tribalism amo eboje debre. Iru na bendi Yoruba fight their tribalism jabo na befa ama mena befa. Or befa they take the advantage of it to oppress properties na befa. And the properties na befa, they know that they will be the target. Farmer automatically buy fancy on the 38 to an or so there is serious subu no bongo. Yako uberechi where everywhere. Yaki well when about churchianity without Christ. Magalaneto, hate value. If you like, convert the whole Obodo to religious centers. Nothing will change if the government fail to stand up. That is the truth. If you like, convert everywhere Obodo as ever and ever cheap. If the government fail to stand up to do the right thing in creating an enable environment for you to thrive, it will be churchianity without Christ. There is no two ways about it. Obodo have failed everybody. Now, as an average Bongorian, Kedi Olilanyage as a Bongorian. Kedi Ifebon Olilanyage. Egone can a bag of cement or cement. At least, average Bongorian na bambo. Olilanya Peserebo, Kome, Obro onye ge nwolo na. Obro onye nne enwere ụlọ. O kwesịrị ọ na-agbagodi mbọ. Ọ bụrụ na ọ ka ọrụ bụtụ ụlọ ebe ọ ga-etinye isi ya. Tinye isi nne ya na nne ya mgbe ọ bụ na paro da nwe ya. Jụnị onwe gị. Inwe 4 room and parlor now as an average Bongorian. Or the other reachable. Why not the reachable? Because the government have failed to do what they're supposed to do. Ka onwe ike reachable. Forums and parlor. Or they are reachable. The government made it so. Ego ne ka na-ere a bag of cement na your location. Ego ne ka na-ere. That is one. An average in Nigeria. Ebe nke ị na-arụ ọrụ. How much is your salary? Ga-eme gị ị ga-eji sevụgide ego, sevụta ego, wee go cement, go aja, go mmiri, as the case may be. Kwụọ ndị ọrụ ụgwọ, wee kpụọ blọk, kpụcha, wee bido ịrụ. Ego ole ka a na-ere osisi? Ego ole ka a na-ere gbamgbam? An average Nigeria cannot afford these things because salary adịrị enough. Ọkafụrụ ego o ji wee rie nri. Mgbe ya bụrụzie nke ọ na-ese ewu ese. Ọ bụ a struggling Bulgarian ka ị ga na-epreachiri about ife ndị oyibo na-akpọ revolution. Ọ ghọta ya, ọ mara ife ọ bụ oribo ndị. Ịkpọpụta ya na revolution ground, ọ ga na-achịgodi his daily bread more than revolution. Ịkpọpụta onye agụọ na revolution ground, ọ fụrụ anya mmiri ọ na-akpụrụ onwe ya bịara kọrọba onwe gị. He don't care. So they have weaponized this thing. So an average Mongolian man room 4 rooms and parlor. 4 rooms and parlor. Now, have a 3 year. And nobody is coming to rescue you. And nobody is ready to make changes. And no help is coming from anywhere. Your salary is not increased. Nobody is making efforts to make sure. Now, if I spend the day in, day out, now cut through the price down so that you can be able to save. Nobody is doing anything. Life is becoming more difficult. Nobody will go. Which call across. Many people in Lagos, many of them can no longer afford their rent. Renting their house, talk more of their yard, every family. Many people find it difficult now here in Nyon. Talk more of he said we go rent shop or rent yard. These things are an evidence nobody have failed. It is not about obligatory. These same people with 3 churches, they are in the same system. They are buying and selling by the same obodo. So the obodo and they are not going to do anything. They cannot tell you to rise up because they themselves cannot even rise up. They are only after their daily bread. They are not sure about your tomorrow. So, all the difficult for an average Nigerian, Aero, Honor, 4 rooms and ballot, 3 rooms and ballot. Or say be 12,000 every month. Talk more of he say we go ibido the project. And nobody is doing anything to make sure now corporate prices some things down so that they can be able to save. Nobody is making any effort. Something is happening to you. You don't have anywhere to, you don't have anybody to complain to. You don't have anybody to blame. Okwe nwere ndị na-manage transportation. Kedi legally na agba to hold drivers accountable? Nothing. Okwe nwere state government. Kedi legally state government na agba to make sure that their own states no way may hold drivers accountable? Nothing. Why are you waiting to it? Because they have no control over fuel price. They have no control over anything. Okay, I am going to imagine what I'm going to do on Kakari. Okay. I am going to do on Kakari. Meaning, now, whether to government is about to cut down prices of these things. And the same government is not doing anything. At least, what is the name of Kakage? Kedim what the government in Aba to make sure number of the man on Kakage, Kafaru Ziono, Kangema, Desi Grozier, now who in installment. At least, Kevin Yacho Nere, citizens Saka, citizens Sigara, Eta of Bua Wepa. At least, equestrian, Aurora and government take his charge. Now, review the owner factor. Nobody need, nobody need, or the owner, their own type of structure. Faruzia, the government workers, Gabiamudi, Gorosia flat by flat. Now, who's you go to the government? They are not equally doing the same thing. So, if we mean no more, nobody cares. Nobody sends you a message. Makano ni ozo ntu mmepe si abia. Mmepe na ebido gasi at times n'ime ogbe gasi. O nwere ka ife yesi ga-eme na gọọmenti e were bịa rụọ ya ụlọ pachọ. Farụsịa dị ụlọ. Farmer the money. They will furnish the house. But everything, but the money. In a your credit them in that day grow one flat. Then when you grow a room and parlor, a room and parlor. In that day, gay Goria. In what you get, Kena roar now. You go to one deal. Only every month, 5 minus 5,000 or 2,000 as the case may be from your salary. Allow minus say no go la. In what you go now 50 years. In what you go la 100 years. You go la and take over. Now where? If we are the government will take over the owner. Those equate just to make sure men on owner. At least more than now. It is said with a good talk more of his with a owner. Why an apartment take you over? Now owner, may revoke it. In a good nobody in the other. On the government to get with it now. Yeah? How will you do whatever now? Why 100,000 rooms. Room and palo. 100,000 rooms. Then when you get around Kana 5. Around Kana 5. Then when you get a for now. Around 5 stories. But the target may be with 100,000 rooms. Arwaya 100,000 people everywhere. Now to help the citizen. So, can you follow your faith as a common man? If they are just setting us up, and I said to man up. Kai mabo wine mba. Kai fight bo wine. Kai bubo wine. Kai feel you know okay my problem. Call ordinary. Now put a pastor. The problem. A pastor. And now put on ordinary. As the problem. Oh, this ancestral power. Power ancestral power. Or government. Oh, they go at the top. Oh, they go to the ancestral power. Oh, they go government to gather ancestral power. Also, that is about to ancestral power for that kind of money. Oh, they go government to get them ancestral power. Oh, the project government to get them now ancestral power. Also, deity will be forced to relocate. Can now well. Everybody in a deity, a relocator. Deity will want to jail office ya gaga no abekwe no pakro everywhere royal no kan de mmadụ nwee ike ime ọkụpa. It is really very sad. The youth of today, they don't understand. Ọrụ akwụkwọ adịghị akwụzi ụgwọ. From na ọ dịghị akwụzi ụgwọ agwọ ebe ya ọgwụ. The agent chief to ụmụ dibịa. Ọrụ akwụkwọ kwesịrị ịkwụ ụgwọ agwọ ebe ya ọgwụ. Ụmụ dibịa ebido mekibe ego rụwa mansions, gbaba moto, rụwa hotels. Just because na ọrụ akwụkwọ ofere ịkwụ ụgwọ agwọba ọgwụ. Ụmụ dibịa become billionaires. So now, obi na ndị be anyị anya na nwa dibịa sị ebe enwere ife ọ na-arụ a na-achụzi ya n'ike ife ọjọọ wee karịa n'obodo. No matter how you enforce the law, for the fact n'obodo na ọ nwere ife edebere n'obodo, that is ife gọọmenti debere n'obodo, ọ ga-afịa arụ inweta onye eziokwu. Ọ ga-adị very very difficult. Mana careful anyị ga-adị ọịbụta ndị abịa izi ozi ya bụ ka m ghara ịpụta as the problem. Ka m ghara ịpụta gị as the problem. We are just victims of the system. I am not your problem. You are not my problem. N'ọbụ okpukperechi ndị isi anị bụ nsogbu. My brother, Rabia, ekwekwala ka mmadụ gwa gị n'ọbụ ancestral power bụ the problem. No gree. As onye okpukperechi Christian. Ekwekwala ka mmadụ gwa gị n'ọbụ pastors bụ the problem. No gree. The problem bụ those ndị ọ dị n'aka idozi obodo that failed to dozie ya. Maka ndị ahụ dị n'aka idozi obodo enwere Christian n'imefa, enwere ndị isi a na-ebu Muslim n'imefa, enwere ndị ga-enwe ntepa na ekpere n'imefa. So now this political class that failed to create an enable environment for you, enwere ndị isi a, enwere Muslim, enwere ndị ga-enwe ntepa kwere n'ime ya, but they are all in this corruption together to make sure na ife adịrọ mma. So dịka ị na-ata ahụhụ mmụnwa na-ata, dịka your family na-ata ahụhụ my family na-ata, mata No, the cause. The problem. The problem mo nandio de naka kwesiri dozi obodo. Na fe dozi obodo. The reason in the Obunyabo, can you put one nigga as your problem? One nigga that suffered abroad to make sure no when he put about obodo bongo, ona obodo bongo, one nigga. He is equally a victim of the same system. Ebunia, Makana. Iburia, Iwike, at the end of the day, Naria 30 million, or not 30 million, I go German impact. In 30 million, the same system, Amanda Page. And if you get another one mega 30 million, yeah, as the case may be, you will automatically, in fact, you have committed sacrilege because the corrupt system will now be after you. More than that will now be after you. You will automatically go into hiding. You will actually commit the bad system. So, can you manage one of them? Open up naked, go naked for the Maka, maybe the Anna soil your hand. He gave it to the and I gonna to be no gonna to be more than money gonna to be. The money, very small thing, the money I never use less. It's our point. One day, I can't pay a one no hang. Oh, ego ya be for. Oh, ego. And the government both the head of principalities and powers. Oh, ego ya be debe now. I think the paper about Jofia. 1 acre. Let's say, for example, 1 acre. I think that this 1 acre about Jofia. Now they are there. What they get. I cover, because government with you that 1 acre. Then we at the end of the day. If I hand to the date. Let's say that natural final. Mane we at the end of the day. One room. Space job 1 room. Those 0 and I got. So it is really very sad. I don't want to know about it. But when people preach here, a hungry man, a hungry woman, it is not possible. No matter how you try to preach to that person, you know it will happen. Jesus. No matter how you preach to them inside church, if you preach to them without giving them food, for them to be belly full, you are wasting your time. So if you are preaching to a hungry man, if you like, you can preach from here to 1 year to him. That is normal. He is going to join the queue. One printer, he a hungry man. Because of 1 square meal. Minus 10 years from his future. He don't send you message. That is normal. A hungry man by himself, he can send 10 years out of his life just to eat food. That would be very, very difficult. He control the Mongolians. Poverty have been weaponized. Leave them. Just call them. Share them 10,000. Collect their voters card and leave them. Just give them 10,000. Just call them, give them bags of rice. Everybody is hungry. Everybody for a bag of rice. That is A hungry man can even be telling you, oh, that is not voting, no, because he don't know. A hungry man aga his voters card, say a bishop, before Ebunya rights. He will be preaching to his fellow hungry Mongolians. A hungry Mongolian will be telling him, now don't you know that this bishop they took, or this snap, they snap your voters card. You don't know that you have just voted for APC. A hungry man that collected one printer will tell you it is a lie. Yo. It is a lie. I did not vote. I did not vote. If all the people in Ghana get no Ghana will vote. A fellow hungry man and I will no, you have voted you. I say no, I did not. I did not. Now leave them. They think that they are wise. They don't know that they are not wise. I just give them, they snap it. These are a typical Mongolian. Typical Mongolians. They will be arguing. He will think that he is smart for giving them his voter's card, a bishop, unauthorized. He will think that he have guided. You will be bragging. No, I did not vote. My fingerprint. They did not. I did not allow them to take my fingerprint. The only voter's card I give them. Oh, one will be telling him that means you have voted. He will say no, I have not. I have not voted because I did not thumbprint or fingerprint. Then I may argue. Oman an idiot. I got a problem with any bunya bag of friends. Ufonya and not thumbprint even in. Ofu a typical Mongolian can thumbprint everything. I got to announce all results. This is what you have when you have a failed system. They will be arguing among each other. I have voted. I have not voted you. Oh, you have voted. I did not fingerprint. I did not thumbprint. You have voted. Taking the picture did not mean I have voted. Yeah, argument. That is because they have been reduced to nothing. They can no longer think. They can no longer reason for themselves. So all of them, their faith is now on God. Bring the handkerchief. Tell them that this handkerchief you are seeing is miracle handkerchief. That it is selling for 10,000 naira. Then don't mind he gives you 10,000 to buy that handkerchief. They don't mind. They can go as far as Kada's way go. Can we grow that miracle handkerchief? That is what you have in a failed system. So, as the pastor is targeting them with his hanky, miracle hanky, for 10,000 naira, the man or the woman who is ready to pay 10,000 naira to get the miracle hanky is targeting a man or a woman who he or she think that is wealthy to steal 10,000 naira from him to go and they purchase a miracle hanky that we end up not giving him or her miracle. That is what you have in a failed system. Oh, yeah, go to the obodo mma n'obodo adịrọ mma fama na ndị a bụ terrorists fair decide is here na those terrorists na fabro terrorists na-ejide fa na ga-eme ha rehabilitation kwara ihe a na-asị and they reintegrate them into the system. Ịgwa abụ terrorists gbugoro mmadụ a na-akpọ ha repented Boko Haram. No issue. Now, ka a na-achụ those terrorists the obodo na-eme mistake drop ogbunigwe n'ọma afịa n'ime afịa drop ogbunigwe n'ime afịa akpọ ya mistake. The state government apụta sị na ọ bụ mistake n'ime afịa na Boko Haram have taken over ime afịa ọma afịa. So ogbunigwe adrọpụrụ n'ime afịa ogbenye ndị akakwa dị ọcha mana steeti gọọmenti ga-apụta si na ọba asị na ime afịa abụ ndị bandit nwe ya. Then agazie n'ụlọ ọgwụ ka aga mee interview ndị ahụ nwụrụ, ị na-achọpụta na ndị a bụ ndị gara onwe ha afịa mana ka a na-achụ ndị Boko Haram ha egbughe n'ọtụtụ ndị akapa dị ọcha anwụde they are going to be forgiven. In fact, akpekwu ha mkpa na fa ga contest bụrụ president. Ịgwazie m why na ndị mmadụ ama na-etinye anya na-etinye aka na such obodo. We are in trouble no matter how you look at it. Your faith for the fact na Igbo Ebongori ya nọ n'ime obodo Bongo, whether you agree or you don't agree, your faith is on God. If not on Jesus, it is on something else. Ọ bụrụ na ọ nwere ebe your faith dị, anyị ga-ajụ gị kedu ibe karịrị obi. Anyị ga-ajụ gị kedu ibe karịrị obi. Ime ife anyị ga-eji ajụ gị ya ife karịrị obi bụ na anyị ma na onye ọbụla nọ na Bongo is after something. Ụlọ ọgwụ adịrọ mma ọgba asị na ibelivụrụ na God is a miracle worker. You don't believe that Jesus is a miracle worker because I don't know why. Ị ga-enwerịrị ife ị ga-eji enye example. Nna, our hospital is working. If I am sick, I will go to this my hospital. I will meet my doctor. A ga-enene m arụ, gwa m ife na-arịa m, fenye m ọgwụ m aṅụọ. That is why m ji ekwu na Jesus abụrụ miracle worker. Even your argument in into ọ bụ ekwe m nghọta. Even ndị system, the American system na-arụ ọrụ ka ga-agwa gị sị gị na Chukwu bụ the healer, the supreme deity na ya bụ the healer, mana ọrụ fa bụ to decode or dictate nye gị ọgwụ, mana onye na-agwọ ọrịa bụ Chukwu. Ọ wepụrụ etipika abụgoro ya get one access to quality health care ga-apụta na asị gị na ya ebelivu na Jizọs na-agwọ ọrịa. Onye ahụ is lying to himself. Do you know why? Ọ nwere something ga-ehit ya. First thing of that, Jesus. Etipika Bongori ya na-ekwu ụdị okwu ahụ na sick bed ka many of them ga-anọzi. Jesus asịkwa na ịrụ miracle worker, come and heal you. Na sick bed. So every Bongorian is after something. Every Bongorian nwere hope. Olileanya ya dị somewhere, not na the system. Olileanya ọ ga-ebelivu n'onwe ya, o believe na one day na nwanne ya ga-enyere ya aka, ga-enwerịrị ebe o believe. Mana people their system na-arụ ọrụ, ha na-agbaghị na ife adịrọ, fa nwere reason ba ya agbaghị na ife adịrọ, not a typical Bongoria. So anyị akọwadara gị ka ịghọta na ị nwere hope as a salary earner na this current economy obodo Bongo, na ị nwere hope ise ego iji eji rụọ ọrụ sampalo. Hope ya dọrọ na this present obodo Bongo, hope ya dọrọ. The only place you nwere hope na bụ on God. On God. Makana for you to afford such a thing like this present economy of Odobogo, na God will, na God will. Maka if you can afford it now, how about it? I can't put the in fact, there are some things that we happen over now. People will call you uh, ritualist. That is the truth. That is why the word ritual, you very, very, very easy because when you do something, the system cannot give to them. That is miracle. Like everybody on a bongo, you have a suspect. They somehow, okay, you become a suspect. You become a target. Instead to you are a suspect. This is where obodo na ọrụ ị ga-afụ DJs n'obodo ndị ọzọ fasesi atatu n'ebe a efi ido na fa bụ superstars ị mara na ọ bụ a DJ na-arụ na night club gbapuo ntị na ọrụ onwe ya daytime like this ọ na-akpọrọ egwu na-esere onwe ya ife na ọrụ onwe ya na-ezu ike. So there is problem in obodo Bongo. We have proved to you this present economy for you to build 4 rooms and parlor like this present economy. Oh, miracle. Or maybe ritualist. Makana, looking at the present, that is if an ever Bongo now, hope. And if you don't plan, don't conspire, the person is not your problem. Only a victim of the same system. Rather, Babambo Megene, Riobachuku. And again, we only happen by miracle. No longer hard work. Do you know why? Oh no, by hard work. Government kwesịrị inwe ebe ị na-enegara anya nna anọ nwere ụlọ gọọmenti na-arụ n'ahụ and na gọọmenti ekwuele standard ọ na ị ga-enwe aka ọrụ nwee salary before igote nwee eru ma mpalọ ya ị na-arụzi ọrụ na-agba mbọ na-arụ ọrụ na-agba mbọ ka your salary gbagotetu ka ị nwee ike igote nwudi ụlọ n'aka gọọmenti ọ dịrọ. Homeless people, they are busy roaming the streets. Nobody is doing anything to take them off the streets. Nobody. Ụlọ nke ndị e nwetara enweta from aka ndị kidnappers gọọmenti rofe bụrụ bulldozer tinye akwatuwe naanị asị na ọ nwere ife onye na ibi ya na-azụ ife. So everybody nọ n'obodo Bongo, this present obodo Bongo, if you don't believe on God, you don't believe on Jesus, you don't believe in anything, or if you don't want to believe, you may be lying to yourself. Oh. That is the truth. Somewhere. That is the truth. Oh no, what? A man got away the ball. If you cannot afford it. Transportation is you may not even afford it. If you save, they save. If you wearing COMON is saving. Very soon, if things continues this way, I only pray can I fight your mind. Man, if things continue this way, you will not have any other option than you by yourselves returning to your house, to your village. That is, if you are a tenant in every part of Obodo Bongo, if things continue this way, the only prayer you will in the thinking that you are my problem or I am your problem. If we can live above it, I am at that. Now the only solution to your tenants, oh Israel, Mark or hello or bad. If things continue like this, one prayer you need, and that prayer should be can you fight in each other. Koburechi ndomen hame. Gari dine first koburechi ndomen hame. Omaka hele innocent. Eze choki ketwala inju na ogu. Ojide anya mmadu. Ka o ji eri amanku ya. Open door upon your life and your family and the all supporters and lovers of truth. But on this, God bless you. So, now should be let it continue. I cannot just happen to us. If it can happen to Gongorians in general. And I pray, if it can happen to Lagos, as the reason why he is suffering. That should be our prayer. Although if he can not, can average not as the reason why he is suffering. Because if this thing continue, and begin fighting each other, one will be forced to retire. It will get to a point, na Lagos, you will no longer have any other option than to go back to your father's house. You got it from there. And the more of the insecurity, you will now become very, very vigilant. Do you know why? So, and together very, very wise. Or very, very wise. Then we now allow those that knows how to do it to lead you. You will now admit it that you have failed. No, when you feel the men over go to get it right. That is the only option that is remaining. No. That is the lasting solution. Ever of them all. Religion about the problem. If you like, what will go to operate in Kendisian? In Kendi Christian is going to take over. If the government fail to do what they will do, if everywhere everybody operates Christian, suffering, this suffering continue. Jesus is not the problem. The problem is that some few people decided in Obodam and they are practicing what Igbo people knows as so we must pray. Can one lady Gary Sugini Makabu Dike no Bono? Even one lady now. If you are telling you where your brother, where your sister, the money is useless. La present I am telling you, the money if you are telling you where one lady is very useless now. That's your brother or your sister in a target in the future of our good carry now that is useless. If that money is useless, oh God, give us our daily bread. Tobacco the daily bread now. We come. That's your brother. God you. That money. That money I'm getting you. This president of the money is now useless. The money is useless. If you hold $1,000 change here, you will get 1 point something million. You will 1 point something million on what if you got it? That is the truth. 1.something million everybody forgotten. So the life of that your brother, the life of that your sister is more important than that 1.something million. Maka mere nga ya bụ dị ruo ọ bụrụ na cup of rice ka o gotara. Makwana ọ ka mma na ị nara ni nwanne gị 1 penta of rice. Ọ ka mma karịa na ị nara a politician 1 penta of rice. A politician that is giving you 1 penta of rice. Ọ na-enye gị onye gị ọnụ anyị voters card o wee na-agba gị mmiri. Mana your brother of pity ga-enyenwu gị 2 penta without voters card. Ama for the reason preserving him the very, very, very important. In other abroad, or in abroad, however, you know, on your to run down a red gun, the booty and area. In of the other, you just remain there. Over someone who to open over the you become a target. Because all the get Japan Diego, and the guy he get that is useless because to call $1,000 from Obodo to Obodo if care is not taken, and when you can now share 200 or 150,000. If you know when you go over $1,000 to get $900 where you are, as the case may be. So, replicating suffering that is on everybody. Bear witness. The government question make sure. Jesus is not a healer. Now appoint professional doctors. And don't they find Jesus be a healer. Nature, it's back. That is the truth. Oh, now 1 million, my organ, you settle me. Oh, I can settle. So, can nobody not like me. I am Basri boy, Bazu. I say I am banana for settlement. See today. About it, so can you settle? Now, for divine connection, for wisdom. Now you're too now money, now you're too now 1 million naira Abraham Kogani the West log 1 million Abu yes. 1 million nobody waited a need and 1 nigga, it is not money. Hey, very useless money. You get room on there for you to become wealthy. You get room on there for you to stop. Man, 1 million becomes money. More than a marambo that barboy, and when the money settled, a manner how to invest it. Naturally, I need 1 million of Nakutego. Into was ready now. Mana 1 million Abu we either 1 million, 1 million. 10 million Abu we either 1 million, 1 million, 10 million. It is not money. It is not. Mana 500,000 Buego, my bambo, barboy, and we accept to lobby. See, go and succeed. In our bambo with Uche, he got succeed. That is the truth. Mana 10 million each. Judean Abomono, you cannot succeed. On what they succeed? 20 million each. Judean Abomono, you cannot succeed. So it is better. Need 500,000. It will raise your spoken word. Go and prosper. And now, you must succeed. No matter the economy will go. Oh, yeah, that you will have no business with the present situation or the economy of Bongo, that you must succeed. That God of multiplication or God of multiply must multiply the work of your hand. In a bumbo, in a bottle on a gare, in a money, on a gare. Manonia Natere Gabomono wetara ego abụmọnụ o nwere ife ọ ga-eji aja eme. So oge na-abịa mgbe onye ọbụla ga-asị ọ ga-edo gị anya banye. Nobody is going to tell you, oh, go to east, you go. No, nobody will tell you that again. Nobody is going to tell you, don't worry. Something mightier than you is going to tell you. And what is that? When you can no longer pay your children's school, your job, and your house rent, you will now advise yourself. Makana Diobodo is not doing anything to help you. That is the truth. So I am telling you, don't betray your brother. Makana ega, you will get any over 1 million. Only that for ego before. You lie an account of 1 million of babies. Joan the touch 1 million. I'm good, uncle. Joan the touch million. Million ego. Now this present economy. Fuel, how many were to get motor? Fuel, I don't need a fuel tank. Minus what? Ego, easy way fuel tank motor from 1 million naira. Minus what? Easy way fuel tank from 1 million naira. Emara on the front. Irian media. Emara on the front. So we are going to open the studio. Come in and they talk to us. No garden Manago Gesigama, Maria. Mana this present of the Bongo or walk through. If he get it one day, he will with this useless ego or what there. Babambo, Mani bebe mo Jerusigi. So no ways. Don't blame your landlord that he is the problem. Oh, this landlord, he is always increasing his rent. I blame him there. Okay, the same system. On as a or the landlord is your rent increase. Or there is a landlord. You get go see. You got them borrow. Over as far as borrowing. Borrow. Rosiona, like this economy, you wait here the rent. Into 10 years ago, you go great. 10 years ago, you might go on building materials. And they go there area now. So il est no land. Last spend that money now. Or spend the expenditure. Or when you rent the go on. A go on rent 10 years ago, the system is the problem, not Oberechi, not me, not you. The system, these few people, the problem. And those few people, every see an idea, everyone in the Christian, yeah. So, the problem. Don't see your pastor as the problem. He is a victim. Don't see ordinary. No, any idiot to go about it. No ordinary woman and about the problem. The person is an idiot, complete idiot. The system is the problem. And they got this young woman. Can I put out from this system? If I have to do that, you want to your redemption. Touch the like button. I am a preacher of the gospel of redemption. Inwe di mmiri, inwe di ọkụ, efu ego rie nni ọnụ, ifu di ego iji aba bọs. If you dey iji akwụrụ ụmụ gị ụgwọ akwụkwọ, if you dey iji akwụ ụgwọ chọpụ, if you go dey ego kwụ ụgwọ chọpụ akwụwa, if you dey customers, if you dey iji akwụ ụgwọ ya, everybody is suffering. The government is not doing much to make sure the cost of living may reduce it. Even in protecting you, Father much. However, now for Nina, Kamada Gabata, where can I exhibit hate? There is something that I will show you for you to further know that Nadiobodo, Agapapona. Don't laugh. It's one if watch. It's one if watch you. If I would the reality of into a good enough. If I would the reality of what is happening now. I don't know how true is this video. Man, this video was go see or was the suffering people on Agabiga. It has getting to this point. Ofuji amongst the family. That is, you have 3 children now. Making 5. Ofuji Igoronafia Amanzu Mother 5. Irini Ofuji Igoronafia Amanzu Mother 5. Ofuji Igoronafia Amanzu Mother 5. This is the reality now. Kedimbo government in Aba to make sure na ruo ugbo ke akafa nyele make sure na ruo ugbo inwete godi ya na enwete ruo ya ugbo. Insecurity fail protect your life and properties. Ka bandit fulani hmane gari you. The same people is not capable to protect your farmlands. Fair protect you from bandit. Farm and protect you where your farmland. Agoa continue odinobo. People, they so much afraid Ibanobo or Nifena. They hunger them. Ebuna toge Ibanobo. Kaga to you. Ebuna toge Iganafia. Kaga to you. It is really very difficult. So, government gave protect you from bandits. Obviously, your farmland, protect. This is the reality. Imafia. Let me read what is here. This is from TV Authority News. This news is on social media. Let me read. What I witnessed today at Ile Ebo Market in Lagos left me deeply shaken. Ile Ebo Market. Ile Ebo Market. Ile Ebo Market. Right there in the market, yam was no longer being sold as whole tubers. Instead, it had been cut into small pieces, each going for 500 naira. Not because sellers wanted it that way, but because many Nigerians can no longer afford to buy a full tuber. That moment, hit hard. It was not just about yam. It was a painful reflection of the reality we are now living in. Just imagine a food that used to be a staple in many homes is now being fractured in fragment, so people can survive. I stood there, I looked around. and all I could see were tired faces, weak, weakened bodies, and the silent struggle of people trying to hold on from the market to bus stops to the roadside. The signs are everywhere. Hunger is no longer a distance problem. It is right here with us. It is really very, very sad, I tell you. Very sad. What makes it even more heartbroken is that while ordinary Nigerians are battling to eat, many of those in power seems disconnected from this suffering. Example, instead of urgent solutions, what we often see are endless political games, campaigns, and the desperation to hold onto power at all costs. Very sad indeed. Very, very sad. Very sad. People are not just struggling with hunger. Insecurity continues to claim lives daily, daily. Families are grieving. Livelihoods are collapsing. And the hope is gradually fading for many. This is not just an economic issue. It is a humanitarian crisis. Humanitarian crisis unfolding before our eyes. May God intervene in our nation and rescue the masses from hardship. May he touch the hearts of those in authority to remember the people they were elected to serve. And the many Nigerians rise again from this painful chapter. On your mandate, we shall stand. TV authority. It is really very sad. After this beautiful write-up, he told you that God should arise. So, upon every suffering, and you are not shouting, oh God, we are down. Every suffering, and you are not weeping and make we know wetin cause am. If Abuji Kebu is refer, insecurity is beat by the on the very on elite very hard. And this is what Bongorians is going through. And limited suffering can Ochuku, not because they know that God or Christ is coming to save them. Man, they are speechless. They have nobody to hold on to. They have no hope. Like this hopelessness, they are calling on God. Without showing me a functioning hospital. And in fact, when you get to that functioning hospital, if you get a doctor's man anywhere with the healer. Or we were even in place, you can actually stand and they want to convince me that Jesus is not the healer. But I'm not even in place. Oh, it's very difficult for you to convince one that Jesus is not the healer. Because nature hates vacuum. It is not about ordinary strength. It is not about ordinary strength. It is about if government for him. You may not like this message, but that is the truth. Nature hates vacuum. Nobody. Iruziena. Egori agorontua. Igoroji antua. Abona 5 ono na baby. Igori antua. Inaru isie antua iwere ofu. Enwo mmiri. Nwa ga ewere ofu. Nwunye ga ewere ofu. And n'obodo a, ebe mmadụ ya asị gị, na if Jesus is working, why are we suffering? Jesus is not the problem. The problem is those in authority. Muhammad is not the problem. The problem is those in authority. Because Now those high places, they don't talk about Muhammad. They don't talk about Jesus. The only thing that unites them, but that money, that natural resources, that is the only thing that unites them. Not Muhammad, not Christian. In Africa. So this is this. According to this news, I don't know how correct this news is, but with this present Obodobongo, you will agree with me that this picture is not far from the truth. That is the truth. With this present Obodobongo, this picture is not far from the truth. You understand? So, mgbe ha na-emere onwe this corruption, na-eriri onwe ego, fa adịghị ekwutekwo Christian and the Muslim. In Abada, amaram how to display this picture to you. Amaram mande. Okay, let me display it this way. Amaram ma oje wute onwere ike iwute ndị into ordinary nwere ike anyị ama mbụ data the picture. This is from Anambra Current News. Achọrọ m igosi gị picture ya before ndị YouTube asị na mụ na-egosi egbe. The write-up here said something. This is from April 10. I was saying, I risk my life for a country that cannot pay me. Who stole our RCA? Ex-Nigeria soldier, Somtochukwu, shared his frustration in the Nigerian army. If I have a write-up, I have no right to it. This is from Anambra Connect News. I'll say again. Who stole our RCA as Nigerian soldier? Some Tochukwu shares his frustration in the Nigerian army. I say, I once saw a document in my camp stating that soldiers on operations are entitled to 5,000 naira per day as RCA. I was only getting 45,000 naira a month. Who pocketed the rest? No soldier has ever asked that question. I risked my life for a country that neither values it nor pays me fairly, all in the name of selfless service. Yet, the politicians who claim to lead us cannot even show the same commitment. In Nigeria, the military has been turned into a tool of mental and civil slavery, while soldiers bear the burden of risk, stress, and the unjust. True professionalism demands fairness, accountability, and the genuine care for those on the forefront. Ụjọ ga-abara ọ bụrụ na ụjọ abara jụọ onwe gị ajụjụ. Ndị na-eme ndị a ife a fadị emekọkwa ya in the name of Jesus. Fadị emekọkwa ya in the name of ndị isi a. Fadị emefe ife a ka emegbu efe emegbue. This is the same people na-agwa ndị mmadụ, oh, ndị ji eke ijoin ya ndị ọgba mgbọ. Before ijoin ya ndị ọgba mgbọ, a ga-ajụ gị kedu ife kara gị obi iji aga. Many of them na-ajoin ndị ọgba mgbọ ọgbụgba, the only thing kara for obi ji ajoin bụ oppression. The way ji suppress ka esi akpụ ya bloody civilian. Ọ ife a ife na-aka many of them obi. join on the Obambo. Not because of the honor, because only in also mass in a document. Every party will proceed in 5,000 every day. Man, instead of being 5,000 every day, the Abraham and what about 45,000 every day. Do you see that this present economy can pay 45,000 naira Zoom? Uberechi is not the problem. The problem with the system. The handlers of this system more the problem. How about every day? I'm not saying no one na joining. Kapaba no bambo. Ibo joining it. Taking a foot the news here. Would they complain? Taking the Sijaposia. They proud by no bambo. Taking it. All of the program no bambo. Out of no nine of whom has ya suppress. Into first ya subdue. Bloody civilians. Oh, if I have the only thing there, Father, not because of Nerosia, it is proud. No, rather, Erosia, in a bed, Anyam. Why are they complaining? The system native what if you see a this system native what if you see a ndị join ya join ka isi wee free tipa ị chọrọ ịnọ na mmehie ka amara bara ụba ịbụ Bible forbid it or sị God forbid anyị ga-anọgide na mmehie ka amara bara ụba ị ga-anọgide n'ime ịdị na-etriti your own bad ịnọgide ya chọba ka ị continue ka ha continue na-adala ka ị na-eji uzu parof mba na ọkwa obodo bongo na-arịọ arịrịọ ka ndị be anyị join ya ndị ọba mgbọ mana ndị be anyị is willingly joining ndị ọba mgbọ Ukraine. Ndị be anyị is willingly joining ndị ọba mgbọ Russia. Willingly joining ndị ọba mgbọ willingly ka nna agwa gị willingly joining ndị ọba mgbọ Russia, joining ndị ọba mgbọ Ukraine. Mana tọnwa na-agbazi ọsọ ijoin their own ndị ọba mgbọ. Baịbụl ewee jụọ sị anyị a ga-anọgide na mmehie ka amara bara anyị ụba. Ịhụ Baịbụl sị gị God forbid, God forbid, God forbid. N'obodo ndị ọzọ 1,000 ga-enye a whole family nri nwee change. N'obodo anyị 1,000 enye nwa ego 1,000 ha ma nyeju ga-afọ. In fact, a tuber of yam imangoji for 1,000 nke ndị nwa ji eri. A tuber of yam imangoji 1,000. Mana obodo ndị ọzọ 1,000 ga-enye full family ndị. In fact, n'obodo Bongo 10,000 ha ma nyenwu full family ndị for a day. Rie ụtụtụ rie ehihie rie abalị. Ị ga-anọgide n'ime mmehie ya ka amara bara gị ụba. Ị ga-emesịa last oge ole anya na ịma mmelizi ya ị nazi ebe nna ị gakwechiri. By so doing, ekwuzi okwu nwere onwe, you pay attention. Ekwuzi okwu na onwere movement of safro, you pay attention. Maka na onye nsọba ekeri ya. Maka na you can no longer be in your father's land and allow people to run you over. It is not possible, and you are not going to take it. By so doing, you will only vote for professionals to lead. No longer mgbe a hungry man gaga join the revolution. A hungry man cannot get you onwe. And many so-called freedom fighters joined to be answering freedom fighters because of their belly, not because they actually want to get in freedom. I don't know if you are getting value. I don't know. So if I through I no na ariyo oh ndị Ebonyi you should come and join ndị Ọgbakpọ ndị nke join ndị Ọgbakpọ join egeme fi interview na TV kafa kọwatele their experience n'ime Ọgbakpọ to encourage citizens join ndị Ọgbakpọ. How many onye Ọgbakpọ ka ị ga-eme interview na TV at least to make advance? Let us go and interview this our ex-soldier. His experience so that we can join. Bruni camera the window for your bamboo now. Obusio whoever. You will need for your brother to join your bamboo. If you are not Gaba also. Can they proudly go take camera who is Obambo? At least for him to talk so that you can become Onye Obambo. Let them try it now. But they are busy complaining. Oh, these people, they are not joining us. They joining how far? Opa they see this year marathons. They joining how far? Why would you wait difficult to keep joining Kebongo? Manahon Adri is joining Russia, in Ukraine. What would you easy if you join in Kebongo? Manon Adri easy, he joined in America. Yeah. That is to say, now the system is bad. Now this same system, but the reason why Pastor Susie Church, I am called. If I be a man of God, say, yeah, system the bad. System the bad. The same chukuchuku that took a pastor to open church and become a pastor. That is the same chukuchuku that is making Ndi Obambo Inwetewu Bongorians to submit to be Obambo Bongo. Man Obambo, a Bongorian will choose to be Obambo of India America instead of being Obambo Bongo. He will choose to be Obambo of Ukraine instead of being Obambo Bongo. He will choose to be Obambo of Russia instead of Bongo. What does that tell you? The same system that drives him or her out of Bongo, but the same system that drives that man to open a church. The same system drives that man, that woman to become Libya, and there's a one. The same system drives them everywhere when many human rights advocates. Yet, what if went to the name advocateism. Ndiara human rights activists. Yeah? Anywhere human rights activists anywhere, and they are achieving nothing. The system they will already see where the man, if you are all contact, all these human rights activists only contact now the same bad system. More than their contact for they must go and begin to build another contact. Oh, yeah, hear this. Like in the use our funding board, they better. And when you go for government, you have an teacher now. Ozanaga, and then without what you went and a travel. More than ever, Bronya and get trouble at that contact, the machine. You will get another contact for years. The man what is here. That contact is machine. Open no contact in then you want to visa now. You will give visa agent. You know with the UK visa on that because of contact you want to buy. More than contact here you use over for an hour. Nobody I'm go buy you need the money. Your contact is machine. It may take years before you want out. However, so to accord. Over the game on the investigation, maybe so. Ndị Ọgbamgbọ egole bụ na-erite ọ nwere news mfụrụ asị na ndị Ọgbamgbọ South Africa na-eri 1.something million egofa na-eri n'ọnwa icheki ya na ego bongo ndị Ọgbamgbọ ọ dị na social media I don't know how true ọ dị na ha na-eri 1.something million The junior one. Egone ka Obambo Bongorian name. Why people Jijana join Obambo Bongo? Why Timbu? In fact, it is now very difficult for them because people know the degree join again. Manafa they got to the drawing board. Why people Jijana join this? Solve all the problem. But no, they continue to blame communities. They continue to blame indigenous population. Oh, come and join us here. We are going to make it mandatory now. If you don't join us now, they are now threatening you instead of finding solution to the problem. This is how typical. This is how Mongolians work. Instead of coming on no do with now, but why? Ojia is difficult. Mother, but they serve his own land again. But they can choose to save America, choose to serve Ukraine, choose to serve Russia instead of their own land. How did we get it wrong? How can we fix this problem? They are now threatening you. Oh, if you don't want to join with Daniel, we are going to force you. They are not there to solve the problem. This is what we are going through. When will this thing end? And nobody is doing anything to make sure that these things now organizing the level. How much is their standard? With this present economy, info slavery, second one, info slavery, second one, he got that. Handkerchief, whether these hankies are mounted, buy it for 10,000 and the hunger will disappear from your house. Obey man 10,000, go ya. Bad system. That you must know. Who is doing something to make sure the one of the one again? Fighting your own brother cannot solve the problem. Rather, it will complicate the issue. Join us at the studio. I will leave a comment. Come and make your comments. I will leave a comment. Withdraw the curtain because we are coming back again. Maybe if any enough, if we see open I'm again. And again, you will like to work with people that will give you results, not noisemakers. You gotta leave this suffering. In you will now be looking for the best. To solve problem. A question didn't blame communities. Na father had joined your bambo. Why? Nande Madade are joining your bambo. They will go back to make Ndenonoro bambo to be happy. So that citizens will see it. Because very happy, they go testify in social media. Citizens will see it and they will willingly join. Very happy. Citizens will see it and they will willingly join. So come into the studio and make your comments if you have any. Na bambo na yo chukwu na bambo na yo ife ahụ ibelivu ka chukwu abịa ma mere gị amara. And ife niile that you may not be a victim of accidental discharge. Oh no, obodo bongo ka ị na-anụ dị ekpere ahụ. Ọ bụ mmadụ gwa gị kpee ekpere that you may not be a victim of accidental discharge. Ọ bụ na ya ajọ ekpere n'obodo bongo because ị ma na ọ na-eme. So ịnụkwuo ya, you will pray and fast. Because him and on him. Manini and over the other, you will be like, what do you mean? I come up for a way. Came went to where not over that. I come up for any jabber. Came went to where over that. This accidental discharge in care, but you will now question it because in reality, it can't follow any jabber. In reality, it can't follow any jabber. So, man, they follow such a mama. I see accidental discharge you. You will now be like, nah, come over there. You will question it. Man, you will shout the blood of Jesus. Blood of Jesus. Why? Because enough for them. So reality is hitting hard day in, day out. I am the preacher of the gospel of redemption. I want to touch the like button. I want to YouTube adịghị enye nwa jaijai akpa na-enye based on like button. Ọ na-eme ife ruru fa. Enwere ike dị super chat of ego nwanne anyị nwoke nyere anyị na YouTube ama ntiri gị dis $2 2 gịnị 2 pounds aka ọ gana wetara. Fa ga-abanye na ọsọ cha dị ya o. Enwere ike at the end of the day enwere ike ọ bụrụ 0 point. O nwere ike ọ bụrụ 0 point ka ị nwere ike inweta from it. So you put that money into it. Ha dị agba ya ntu agba ya. Fa ga-abanye na ọsọ nke fa. At the end of the day, fa abanye na ọsọ tax. Mgbe ewepụsịghị ya ọ ka ya ga-aka na ewere mara ma ị nwetara $100 a month ka ọ bụla ị nweta ya. So you have no control over anything. The only thing you nwere control over bụ ntụ anyị si ekwu ya n'ọnụ na-arịọ amara Chukwu ka o nyere anyị aka na anyị na-ata ahụhụ. That is the only thing you nwere control over. Apart from that, you nwere control over anything. That is the truth. If you're sort of and the one who you complain to, go and apply for your ID. That is that. Open your ID, apply for it. Your bachiku. That is the link. You join us at the studio. I want you to with the other party. Amaka very Bobby. I never divine the I never maybe in 1 hour time or thereabouts we'll come again for the program of white painted hair woman. He get match up with an USB declare and the get messy with on again. Nas no professional skin. He get match up with on again. Say, Nili the one they are going no kumoro. He get messy with on a good way. Can that be Amankuya? He get messy with on a good way. Nili is a faceless people. You go let that talk up because upon our the time will come, they will be asking for a whole nation. Is asking for only people to join on the okay. A day like this will come. Farmer believe ya. So a day will come when you by yourself you don't need Kelena TV to tell you anything. You will now know. Now I don't need a hungry man. Now you go talk about yourself. Don't believe. Reality is coming, and we see it, and your voice got very loud and very hard. All lovers of truth, all supporters of Kelenda TV. The next ID captured. Upon email apply. More than they will capture 5 post here. So make it only necessary the because more than I will capture. She always post it. That is that. Boemana no real. Omaka Merainina. I am on an end point of them all. You cannot love Mazin Namdekano more than the Biafra or more than the freedom he came that the freedom may come. You love him Mazin Namdekano, who is the messenger, more than the message. Oh my God. You cannot love Mazeb and Joko more than the freedom. You cannot love Dr. Ngozi Oraveze more than the freedom. Your focus should be to the freedom. So that whenever the messenger is compromised, you can move with those that is still standing strong with the message of redemption. So you must be wise. You must be like sons and daughters of Issachar. They understand time and season. Stay blessed. This particular video about cut yam is real in Obodobo today. Average people are no longer avoiding yam. Gary rent is now 5k. Plenty Gary 5k. Okay. Some places in Obodobo plenty Gary 5k. Family of how many? Plenty Gary Zurufori. When neon Adrosi. Because Rema, there is trouble. Yes, I have registered for my ID, waiting for capturing. Yes, just stay tuned. Igafo, Bobona, the capturing nada, Iga waited the report. Igafo the post from US very declared. In whether the ID Tiano, Kana Bambo, Nogede Sike no endpoint agitation Kana. Join us in some hours time. Over on the notification button, do well and turn it on. Over on our notification or also na YouTube. What you will do, unsubscribe and subscribe again and touch the notification button. Stay blessed. Bye for now.